Get ready to go.
Good evening and welcome to the City of Charlestown specially called redevelopment meeting for June 20th. Call meeting to order, determine if there's quorum, roll call. Benita Payne.
Here.
John Spencer.
Here.
Do I need to call the people that are absent?
Yes, I think you should.
Bobby Brooks. Not present. And BJ Still, not present.
And just so the rest of you know, they're out of town. One's traveling back today and wouldn't be here in time, and the other's not in town with it.
But because we have three,
We do have quorum. I'd like to ask Greg Pfeiffer to come up and discuss the resolution 2023 R3, disposal of the Depot Street property.
Thank you, Mr. President. So we're trying to get across the finish line on the sale of the Depot Street property for the Forest Edge Park project that has been in front of you for the last several months at every one of your meetings, I think. I'm not sure how this happened, but we had a survey done, we had a plat done, and then we had title. I didn't have title work done, the buyer had title work done. And yet we get to the point where we're at the point of closing and we find out that there is, that 8.4 acres of property is in the name of the city, but the property we're selling is 9.026 acres. So there's a little over 6/10 of an acre that's still in the name of the Redevelopment Commission. So obviously we don't want to have two different closings, so it was determined, I believe when shortly after Mayor Hodges took office, the city council adopted a resolution authorizing the mayor to reconvey the property, the 8.4 acres, back to redevelopment. And so that's probably the simplest thing to do at this point, because we're trying to close Thursday now. That may get bumped to Friday. Everybody's frantically trying to get this done. But there's not time to have another city council meeting for them to authorize the conveyance of the full 9.26 acres, so it's 0.026 acres, so it's easier to do that. So before you, the first thing tonight is a resolution that, number one, and the mayor's prepared, if you adopt this resolution, to sign the deed that will convey the 8.4 acres back to you. But the resolution would, number one, tell the closing agent, who is a title company in Cincinnati, that you have authorized the sale and you've authorized the president and the secretary to sign all closing documents. That's all it does. But in order for the closing agent to close the sale, disperse the money, he has to have that in his file. So that's the resolution that's before you, and I don't know what number that resolution is.
It's 3. Will you read that again? You've got, I gave you my copy.
2023 R3.
Mm-hmm. That's it. 23-R-3.
Okay. I can clean that up. I know I've got an awkward title on there now, but I'll substitute another page tomorrow. But if you'll approve that, or if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer those. But if you'll approve that and sign it, then that will be out of the way, and then I'll move to the deed that we have prepared that you can go ahead and sign tonight. I'll just hold it until they tell me it's closing. But then, at least as to that document, we won't have to run both of you down, and either one of you don't both have to sign the remaining closing documents. Tomorrow, if it's going to close on Thursday, I'll mechanically know how to get that done. You'll just need to stop by the office here sometime and just sign it. And it'll be 4 or 5 documents. It'll be a sales disclosure, it'll be a vendor's affidavit that I will have previously reviewed, but it'll be 2, 3, 4 documents that one of you will need to sign, but at least this will, if you sign the deed tonight, this will avoid the necessity of both of you having to come in.
so just to make it clear, which entity will be conveying the property to Forest Edge, the Redevelopment Commission?
It's actually in the name of, by statute, the property's in the name of the Department of Redevelopment. You're signing on behalf of the Department of Redevelopment. The Redevelopment Commission is signing on behalf of the Department of Redevelopment.
That's the total acreage.
That's every bit of the property that's going into the project, you will be conveying.
So I make a motion that we grant the authority to the necessary parties to sign the documents to make this happen.
I'll make a second to that motion.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. And with that, they have approved that, so if you'll get signatures here, and then I'll
Okay.
notarize it on the back, and we're good to go. Then I'll get the mayor to sign this one, and leave it with you, so you can get Donna to sign it
Just go
tomorrow.
ahead and sign that now, I'll give it back to Greg, yeah. And Greg, I had 2 of these resolutions up here.
I just need
We're gonna
one back.
change. Okay, all right.
If you give me one to sign, that'd be great.
I'll just have to do that too. And this has everybody, John, so you're gonna sign too.
Yeah,
You
and
can
just,
start
Joe, if
here
you
if you
just
want.
fill in for the other 2 that they're absent.
Yeah. I'll do that. Thank you. You got this one. Give this back to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
We didn't date it.
Yep, I don't want it down.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you.
And I'll grab that one before I leave, Eric. I'll give this to Greg, I can just write absent. here.
Yep, if you would, that'd be great. Ma'am,
Thank you.
and that's all I have.
Thank you, sir.
But I appreciate your help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Greg, before you sit down, do you think we've got that other issue
Oh.
related to the lease? Could
Yeah,
you-
it probably wouldn't hurt. So at the 11th hour, it was discovered that there's an unrecorded lease for a billboard sign between Clark Nichols and Outdoor Advertising, what used to be CBS Outdoor, Out Front Advertising, I'm sorry. They've agreed to terminate that lease so that the sign can be removed, but there's still one tenant using it. And the billboard company's in the process of moving them, and I've drafted an agreement that would terminate that would allow either them to remove it and take the sign, or us to remove it at no expense to them. Dylan Fisher's in the process of getting them to sign, both sides to sign that. As I've drafted it, the Redevelopment Commission is a third-party beneficiary of that agreement. In other words, you want to be able to, if somebody claims that that wasn't properly terminated, or there's still some interest in the land out there, you want to be able to do that on your own and not have to go back through one of the parties to the lease to challenge. And I don't think there's any chance that would happen, but as Jill suggests, it's not a bad idea that if we need a Redevelopment Commission signature, which we don't today, to get that lease termination finalized, then I would ask you to vote to authorize the chairman or the president to sign that document that would effectuate that termination of the billboard lease. And if you can do that by motion, that's all you need to do.
So just to make sure I understand, we're not.
You're not a party to that.
We're not at any risk no matter what.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It's another issue trying to make the buyer and the title company confident that this is a non-issue. So just, I don't think you'll need to sign anything, but while we're here,
Sure.
if we can authorize you to do that, that would be good. I just don't think that will happen.
So I make a motion that we authorize the necessary parties to sign whatever documents may be required to release us from this lease.
I'll make a second to that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Greg.
I'll do it. Thank you.
And the last thing that I had in the mayor mentioned prior to the meeting is that there was a leak out at the fire pump suppression at some part of that there that was not allowing, or that was going to be a problem to allow any fire protection to 2 of the 3 buildings that were out there on site. 2 owned by Mitchell Plastics, one where Pegasus is a tenant, I assume they own that property. So the mayor authorized via emergency that Redevelopment we're gonna use redevelopment funds to go out there and fix that leak so that we take care of that problem. So that's been done and completed. The other thing that has happened is that, I think my last report earlier this month was that the attorneys that we had looking into that, we turned it over to them to look into how to address the issue out there. They have drafted a letter and sent it out to both parties. And so.
Which parties?
Parties to Mitchell Plastics and to Paces, those two, sorry.
No,
Sorry.
I'm just making,
I think,
Everybody listening
yeah,
to
sometimes I
understand.
think that everybody else knows what's going
Sure.
on in my head. That would be frightening, I think, for everyone else, but,
let's back up a second though, Jill.
Yes.
So when you said, so the city's authorized the necessary contractor to fix the leak.
and the leak's been fixed
And the leak's
according
been
to those.
So, but that doesn't necessarily solve the problem.
No, the problem is not solved. The immediate problem is solved in that
There's no
the
leak.
leak is fixed.
Right.
But it has not solved or addressed the long-term issue in the maintenance and the appropriate maintenance and operation of that fire pump.
And there's never been that test, correct?
That's what I was gonna
Correct.
ask. There's so,
That's
at
correct.
this
There
point,
still has been no test.
and there's, so right now, should some unfortunate event occur in Mitchell, we have no way to know for sure that the water could be provided to take care of that fire. Is that my understanding?
The test was canceled by Indian American.
No, I'm not, yeah, I
I
agree.
can't answer that.
I'm glad you said, well, the point is the test still has not been done,
The
so we
test has
don't
still
know.
not been done,
if-
so there's an issue in not being able to run the test to see if it would run appropriately. And the issue with the insurance, that, I mean,
Right,
that's
the
the
visual
whole
fixes,
point of the
right.
test is to make sure that they can renew their insurance.
Well, the whole,
Well,
yes,
other
that's,
than
no,
that, you
that's a
know,
good point. We want
right.
to suppress the fire. That's the
Right,
most
and
important
we
thing,
can
but the insurance
specify,
company is concerned
but
about.
the
So I
insurance company
applaud,
requires the test.
so I don't want you to misunderstand. I applaud, the effort to get the leak fixed. That's awesome. I just want to make sure that anybody who's listening understands that we're still trying to
We're
address
still
both
trying to find
the
a long-term
long-term
solution
solution
for
and
that.
then the immediate, making sure that they're
Right.
handle a fire, so.
And so, legal counsel is handling that. There was a letter that went out, it's at the Mitchell and to Paces to talk to them about an approach. And in the meantime, though, that's when we found out that the leak was an emergency and the leak's been fixed. So we're still working towards that long-term solution, the fix that we made, and that'll show up probably on the, well, whenever they bill for that, probably on the next claims docket. But that repair's already been done, and so we're still working towards that long-term solution though.
Thank you, Joe, for that update. Appreciate it. And thank you for getting that leak fixed. Mary, appreciate that.
That's all I had, sorry about that.
If there's no further discussion, we'll ask.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay, I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.